Yesterday, I hung out and rode with my nutty, knobby tire riding neighbor who wanted to go up on a frozen volcano. And on the way down, we rode my motorcycle down a dirt road. I know, it's crazy, but stay with me.
You gotta keep on riding.
Well, out front today is Dan, my neighbor. I saw him riding through the neighborhood on a dual sport, a KLR, with knobby tires. And I figured, what are the chances this guy might want to do the same things that I'm doing? So I followed him home like a stalker. And we wound up chatting and figured out we had some of the similar interest, and he wanted to go up on Mauna Kea and see the snow on his motorcycle. He'd been up in a vehicle several times. He's lived on the island for 10 years, and he knows a lot of cool spots. So I thought we'd try the volcano today. But when we got there, the road was closed because it was covered with not only snow, but lots of ice, as the ranger quickly told us. He also said, if you wait around 20 minutes, we're going to get a report and see if the road's good enough to roll down. We did that. We went up, and for some reason, beyond this point, I did not get any footage. Probably because my fingers were frozen and I couldn't tell if the buttons were frozen. But you can see, it was a beautiful day down below. And it was cold and miserable up top. It was a 50-knot wind. It was really miserable. So we spent most of the time on top, doing the hide from the weather thing. We just went in the entrance to the Keck Observatory and hung out there.
I gave up on adventure people. It's always like, no, I don't have the right lunchbox to bring up there. My thermos is broken. My picnic basket.
Dude, it's funny. It's so funny.
I was just obsessed with, I want to get up the snow. So like, it might melt tomorrow, so I don't care. I can just, I'll just go Wim Hof on everyone. Hey Wim, if you see this dude, you're an inspiration.
Even though the weather was awful, it sure was a joy hanging out and riding with my new neighbor and riding buddy, Dan. He seemed to enjoy it too. He seemed to even get a big thrill riding up there, despite having frozen hands just like me. We rolled down the mountain. As you can see, that's the road leading to Mauna Loa on the other side of the saddle. I just posted that video a few days ago. You can check that out. But this is probably 1,000 feet above the saddle, probably right around 5,000 feet. But I'd heard about this road here called Mauna Road, and Mauna Road circles the bottom part of the volcano, and we may not do it anytime soon, but it's on my list of roads to take, and I may wait a little bit closer to summer, so maybe it's a little bit drier and a little bit less cold. And I wanted to take Dan down this road just to see what he thought, see what his comfort level was, and he just took to it like a duck to dirt roads. I think we agreed, let's just go down far enough to see what it feels like. Well, what we're, so we're not surprised with any, cliff jumping, anything, rock crawling, anything like that, because my bike's really not capable of it. Even if it had a decent rider on it, I don't think my bike would make it across a lot of heavy bashing rocks, just because there's no clearance. There's not a lot of clearance on that KLR either, but Dan seemed to really have a good time riding on this stuff. So I think we're going to try to ride this soon, maybe closer towards summer. Get out here and make the big trip. It seems like it's several hours to make it across. It takes you to a small town on the north side of the island called Waimea. It's actually falls into another volcano, or at least a bunch of cinder cones over there in Waimea. It's very wet over there too, so that might slow us down until summer. But I'm really excited, and the most exciting thing is My new tires let me do the stuff that I'm doing now. I would have never even attempted this on my street tires just because it's so gravelly and slippery, and I wouldn't have had any fun even if I was able to crawl across some of this stuff. It just gave me so much more confidence having some knobs on the rubber, and it made the thing thoroughly enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to riding more with Dan in the future, whether it's Mauna or some of the jungle that I'm exploring. Hoping to get off in the jungle this week, spend a night or two in the jungle on the coast, hanging from some trees. My first moto camping on the island, and I hope you'll stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll know when my videos come out, because YouTube is never going to show them to you unless you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and check out some of my other videos if you're interested, and I will see you on the next one. Later. Mahalo.